I've got my spooky yarn bowl, and my calendar has a new month on it. You guys know what that means, right? Friends! Hello! Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I'm Samantha. And do I have a movie marquee update for you today? Now, not only is today the wrap up for May, this is me showing off all the things that I finished for the month of May, but it is also, if you can't tell right here, the calendar has changed. It is now June, or at least it's going to be June. When you see this, I think this is still technically May. I'm going to try to get this up on the 31st of May, so June is incoming very shortly. But the calendar has changed, and that's because we've got a new month coming, a new pick coming, and your girl is the one who is gonna be doing the picking. I got to pick in March, and now that it is June, it is back to me. I'm very excited. I've got my purple pieces of paper in here, but we are gonna wait until the end of the video to pick the new movie. First, I'm gonna show you the end results of my movie marquee project for May. So let me grab it here and we will get started. So in case you're curious, the movie marquee challenge is indeed a challenge between me and Heather the Crochet Witch, Bella from Bella's Crochet Gifts, and you. And we are all working on projects every month based on a movie that is picked in that month. The poster is our inspiration for colors and projects and anything you want to pull from the movie or the poster to inspire you is a-okay, right? And so I'm pulling colors as well as some inspiration from the scenes, the actors, a quote, a character, you know, anything at all that I kind of like from the movie, I will pull and make into an applique. Because my project for the movie marquee is granny squares for a cardigan. And the front panels of my cardigan are going to have these fun and funky appliques on it. And each month is going to have an applique of its own, right? So this is my applique, and I'm gonna put the movie poster for this month over there because it was The Never-Ending Story. It was Bella's pick for the month of May because it was her birthday month, and I know her birthday has now since passed, but happy birthday, Bella! Happy belated birthday, girl. This was a great pick for your birth month. I really enjoyed working on it, and I love that I have immortalized Artax upon my granny square for the month of May. Check him out. There. Okay, you can see. So I did put the curly mane on the side of his head. It was difficult. I knew it would be, sewing the face around the square and then sewing the main pieces on as well. It's kind of there as best as I could finagle it, but he's got it, so he's got his off-white mane and then his curly fringe, and he is completely sewn on to a blue square for The Never-Ending Story. I adore him. I think he's so cute. He's kind of got wild hair the way his creator has wild hair, right? So I understand his frustration, but I think he is so cute, right? I adore him. We love Artax, and Artax is forever alive and well and happy and healthy and not sad in a swamp of sadness. Dead. he is alive and well on my cardigan. So he maybe can sit right there. And I've also got the other squares that I finished for May. I'm doing 6 a month. And so these are the other two. I believe these are the other two that I showed you last update, as well as the blue one that Artax is on. So these are the other ones. I will also say, especially looking at this one in particular, I see something in here now that I kind of can't unsee, and maybe you will know what I'm talking about. But if you are in the US, or I'm pretty sure these are in the UK as well, if you're familiar with Aldi, maybe you see what I see here when it comes to Aldi. And that's okay, but now I like genuinely cannot unsee. I made a square that's like inspired by the Aldi logo, right? Because of course. But these are the first two that I showed you, and then I completed 3 more here. So the first one is light blues with the white and the cream and then the gold. This one's very springy pastel. This is definitely not my usual palette. Hello. So this one also, again, you know, you work on these things so long, you sit and stare at these things so long that you're like, I made a granny square for the Aldi logo, and I made a granny square of a fried egg. I can't, it's just the way my brain works. So I got this one. I've got another one with just blues and then gray in the middle for, you know, a little contrast, a little different. And then this one is essentially the same, just in the opposite order. Well, not even the opposite order, just a different order. The gray is on the outside instead of the middle, right? So these are my squares. These 5 are the squares that are just kind of going to be jumbled through my cardigan. And then Artax, of course, is a horse, of course. He is going on the front of my cardigan, and I love him. I really had a good time with the Neverending Story this month. I hope you did as well. But yes, now that I have shown you my project, we can actually get to the picking for June. Hold on. Let me get my stuff together and we will pick. Now, usually, this yarn bowl sits essentially where Artax is sitting, kind of there. He sits under Noodles, where is he? Right there. Noodles is the Beanie Boo version of my boy Ralphie. Also Spike, he's kind of shaded here a little bit, the little ghost Beanie Boo. They usually sit on top of a yarn cake that sits inside this absolutely gorgeous yarn bowl that was customized for me by a friend, a sister, a family member, and it is one of my absolute favorite possessions in the entire world. And I thought, what better vessel to hold the little pieces of paper that are cat-shaped. I don't think I have the little notepad in here with me today. They're cat-shaped Post-its, purple Post-its, and so that's what I've got my remaining 3 movie picks on in this bowl. Now I'm gonna reach in. I'll do it up here so you guys can see. Maybe we'll do it this way. Give it a good mix. This one. So this is the one that is speaking to me today. Now, I will say before I open this, my first movie pick was Hocus Pocus in March. I think that one was probably a given. I think if you have watched my channel for any amount of time, you could have guessed that Hocus Pocus was in my bowl. There are also, I would say, maybe 2 other movies in my yarn bowl. Well, maybe at least one other movie, we'll say. One other movie that you guys would be like, of course she picks that one. But there are a couple of surprises in there too, I think. And so I'm very curious to see if I picked one of those surprises. So I'm going to open, I'm not even looking, I'm not looking. I'm gonna let you guys see, and hopefully, all right, I have to look now. Spirited Away! Spirited Away! Oh man! So this is the movie that I was thinking of that might be a surprise to you. That might be a surprise pick for me, for you. For me, for you, for me, for you, for me, for you. Anyway, I will put the poster up over here. The poster that I picked for Spirited Away, oh, I'm so excited, for Spirited Away is the Japanese theatrical release poster. All of the posters that I have picked for my movies will be their theatrical release posters. I'm going to set Spirited Away down so I don't gesture that purple cat at you this whole time. I adore this movie. If you've never seen it, it is an animated movie, but don't let that deter you. It is not a kid's movie. It could be for a younger audience, but it is for sure not like a SpongeBob kind of animated. That also is very telling of my age, that SpongeBob is the cartoon that I think of. He's not, I don't think is he as popular as he once was? I don't even know. My niece is like Coco Melon. How did I get on this topic? Animations, right. Anyway. It is an animated movie, but it's not a kid's animated movie. It is absolutely beautiful. The story is fantastic. The characters are like so interesting, and they have like backstory and like lore behind what they're based on. It is such a good movie. It's kind of spooky, it's kind of witchy, it's a little weird, it's very Japanese. It is just so good. If you've never seen a Studio Ghibli, Studio Ghibli. If you've never seen one of these movies, they are so good. And I'm so excited to base some squares off of the Spirited Away movie. So, I'm going to cut here again because I'm going to go shop my stash, pick out colors for the month of June, and then we'll come back and I will go over those, and then I will let you go. Hold on. Let me pick some colors here, okay? Hold on. Surprise! It's the next day. Okay, so let me just preface this by saying I'm not overthinking things here like I did in the beginning with Hocus Pocus, but there have been some changes in my preferences for this movie pick, for the colors that I picked, and so I'm re-recording this the next day. And I'm making an addendum, okay? So, to explain a little bit, I yesterday went and shopped my stash, raided my shelves, my other shelf, my other room, and all that stuff. I raided all my yarn. And I picked for Spirited Away red, dark red, a darker red, and white. Now, between filming yesterday and filming today, I rewatched Spirited Away. I watched it last night. I was all inspired. I really wanted to see it. I rewatched it. And as I was rewatching it, I was thinking to myself, those reds that I picked don't do this movie justice at all. Yes, the movie poster does have a lot of red in it. Yes, I said yesterday in the clip you have not seen and you will not see, I said red features very heavily in the bathhouse, which the movie takes place, a good portion of the movie takes place in the bathhouse. Red exterior, red interior, there's a lot of red. But this movie is so beautiful, so beautifully animated. It is so colorful and wonderful. My choices yesterday don't do this movie justice. So after a lot of thinking last night, I decided I'm going to reshoot, re-record this section where I talk about the colors that I'm using for Spirited Away because they have changed. I didn't even want to put it out into the universe that I was copping out and only using red. No, we are not. So, the colors that I have picked are indeed in my project bag for the Movie Marquee, but I also had to grab another Ziploc bag to house all of them. And I'm going to explain why. Let me set these here. And we'll start with the full skeins. I can probably... so I can show you this one because this was right on top. This is Varsity Red from Big Twist Value. This is going in to the mix. So yes, red is in my color choices. However, it is much more than red now. And these aren't even all of them. So I'm going to explain my color choices because I was inspired by seeing the movie, falling in love with the characters all over again, and realizing the squares that I made for Hocus Pocus, the squares that I made for 10 Things I Hate About You, that were color themed to characters. I was like, that's it. That's absolutely it. That's what I've got to do. So I'm going to try to not give you spoilers here in case you haven't seen this movie and you want to. And please know you want to see this movie, okay? But if you haven't seen it, I'm going to talk about some characters. I'm going to try to not give spoilers, but I can't make any promises, okay? Because the colors in here, the colors in my bag, the Ziploc bag, they are character specific. And even if the characters aren't in the movie poster, they are in the movie, right? And so that's where we're going for Spirited Away. So hold on. Let me gather the colors, and we're going to go through each one, each character, each square I'm going to make, okay? So, one sec here. All right. So, the very first character we are going to talk about is the girl in the poster. Her name is Chihiro. And, unfortunately, Chihiro's colors, I have a hard time matching her. Specifically in this outfit. I don't have the kind of almost like corally pinky red that she's wearing. These two are about as close as I could get to the actual color that is in the movie poster. I think this one matches a bit better than the like more muted pink. I don't have a red pink, so this is what I think we're gonna go with this. This is Watermelon from Big Twist Value. I've also got white and brown. This is Big Twist Value Chocolate Brown, I'm pretty sure. So these represent Chihiro in this outfit, okay? So in the outfit that she's in the movie poster. But she has another outfit, which I guess, I don't want to say. She has another outfit, so hold on. We'll go over that too. Okay, so I guess technically, again with trying to not give you spoilers, but this is Chihiro. She is in a white and green sweater with, again, that like muted pinky red shorts. And then her sneakers are like a golden yellow color, right? So this is Chihiro, along with, I think, brown for her hair. So it's in my arms. This is Chihiro. Next up, we've got over here, and again, I'm going to insert pictures of the characters so you can see them. It's Haku. Haku is probably, other than one other character, Haku is my favorite. And so I have to like immortalize him in a representation on my cardigan, right? So we've got white again. I've got a couple of shades of teal. I know this color, it always shows up very blue, but in reality, it is honestly a darker shade of my teal hair. I don't know why it always looks so blue, but this is Sapphire from Big Twist Value. It's much more green than it's showing up. And then this is also Big Twist Value. This one, the lighter one, the minty one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Big Twist Value. And then I've got Red Heart Super Saver Buff. So these, along with white, are going to represent Haku. Next character up on the screen should be Yubaba. She is, how to word this without spoiling. She is a regal lady. And so she is in a navy blue dress. I wish you guys could see my desk over here. It is a little ridiculous. She's also got this kind of color hair. This is, again, just the Red Heart Super Saver Buff. The navy is Varsity Navy from Big Twist Value. And then she wears a lot of gold jewelry. So this is Karen Simply Soft in gold. And then Yubaba is the one that is getting this red because her fabulous manicure, as well as the big jewel that is right at her neck, is red. So those colors are Yubaba. So we're on to number 5, right? So number 5 is the Soot Sprites. Specifically, the Soot Sprites when they get fed, when they're eating their little Compito candies. So for their square, I've got black that is absolutely not at all inappropriately shaped from the end of an Ogo. So black and white again for the Soot Sprites. And then I've got the teeniest little scrap of Varsity Yellow from Big Twist. This is Spring Green from Red Heart. And then Watermelon again. So these colors represent the little candies, the Compito, the, am I saying that right even? Compito? Compito. The little sugar stars that the Soot Sprites eat. So these are the colors for that. I think this color combo is so cute, especially with black and white. So those are the 5 squares themselves. So while I'm winding these up here, I'm winding little scrap balls of the last color set that I'm going to show you. And if you are familiar with Spirited Away, with the movie, there is one character that is pretty heavily featured in the movie that I haven't mentioned yet, right? I'm not going to give spoilers again, so for my own project. So if you're familiar with the movie, you can probably guess from the colors that I'm about to show you who is going to be on my applique. But this is my color choices. These are my color choices for my applique. So it is black, a really dark gray, like an almost black gray, but it's a gray. This is a Red Heart Ogo. This is, I think, a Karen 1 pound. Dark gray, black, one of those. This is just a scrap ball of Big Twist Value white. I don't know. I have so many scraps of black and white essentially rolling around in my scrap bin that I just kind of picked them up. So I may not even need it, but that's neither here nor there. And then this little purple, light purple, this is the scrap of a Lion Brand Pound of Love that was sent to me from Rose Likes Crochet, that I made a shawl for my bestie Pums out of this. And this is all I had left, this little tiny purple ball. And this color, this lavender color, is not a color that I generally keep in my stash. So this is coming in very handy for my applique. You will pick up on who this is, I am sure, if you are familiar with the movie. But if you're not, then I am very excited to show you who I'm making these colors into for my applique for June. But yes, let me set these down so I am not inappropriately gesturing this Oko, and let's not even go there. Anyway, so I love these colors so much more. I think these colors individually, doing each square in its own set of colors, yeah, it's a little extra, but it's my movie, so if I want to be extra, I'm gonna be extra. But I think it does this movie more justice than just red. I think I really copped out in the recording yesterday. I wasn't thinking as much as I should have been, because I think these individual squares, especially mixed in with all the other squares that I'm making, like, this is not a tame cardigan we are making. So I don't know why I thought, let's just do kind of a gradient of one color. Please, no. If we're gonna do color, I'm gonna lead into the color, right? So I think these work so much better. I think it does justice to a movie that I just love. Studio Ghibli? Ghibli. I still haven't figured that out. Ghibli. Studio Ghibli. Those movies, they are just magical and incredible. And the animation and art is gorgeous. And the stories tug at your heartstrings and like leave you feeling warm and fuzzy. And it's absolutely everything. And so I'm so excited that I got to pick this movie this month, and I am much happier now with my color choices than I was with my color choices yesterday. And yeah, that's all the that's all the things that I'm going to talk about today with the Movie Marquee. There's a little bit of time travel here in this video, and that's okay. So me in this version of me is going to say goodbye to you now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for clicking all the links down there as well to Heather and Bella, to Heather's Facebook group, so on and so forth. Those are all down there. If you're joining in on the Movie Marquee, let me know your color choices in the comments. What are you working on? What project are those colors going into? And until I've got something else, until I've got my applique like Artax ready for June, then I will just let you go. Take care. Goodbye.